We are now joined by a special guest. Not Zakip as previously planned, we instead introduce yourself, my man.
Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Slime Puffin. I'm allowed to be here because I'm honorary Welsh and also honorary Scottish, so you know what? I'm a perfect fit. I have multiple nationalities required for this tournament, so we're good.
And we take those. Alright, we're still in best of 3 category, I believe. This is...
Should be, or it depends if this is winner semis or if this is quarters. I feel like this would be a semis match, and then if they're doing...
Yeah, this is semis. Alright, so...
I'd hope it's best of 5.
You know what? I'll make it best of 5 if it's not.
Good man, good man. Alright. So far, we're actually gonna see the first stop be taken by Winter.
You know, as a Ranno main, a man after my own heart. Always love to see the frog putting in work.
Yeah. So Winter, they used to be pretty much the undisputed best Ranno. At a point in terms of active players, back when they actively competed. They've taken a bit of a backseat, but it's still definitely one of the stronger ones. Not sure if we have anyone who results-wise would outdo what Winter achieved during their time in the community. And it's very nice to see that they've still kind of got it occasionally when they do dabble back in the game, even though they don't that much anymore.
Yeah, it's nice to see some like familiar faces coming back for British Beatdown 3. Obviously, the whole community mix-up happened recently.
Like everyone just kind of found out about this, and it was just like, hey, hello, community, country community. Yes.
We in there.
Tournament, hello, tournament. Like, it's just like, there's some basically random, like, I don't know who they are, but they're like a Smash and ARMS player or something who decided to, who was hosting a tournament for ARMS, Smash Ultimate and Dragon Ball Fighters. And they did a poll on Twitter, and one of the games was Rivals, and it won. Someone found out about it, posted in the European Discord, and we made it with like 15 people.
Yeah, that's what you, as a TO, like, that is like both the best thing and the worst thing to ever happen to you. It's like, it's great to have the numbers, but then suddenly it's like, oh, there's all these people I now have to find out and seed. Oh no.
No, thankfully one of the people who joined was Olive Oily, who is basically the main like TO person and also just seeded everything for them. So it was all good on that part.
That's
anyway,
good to hear.
Back to the game for a little bit. We are seeing still this looking really even with a slight favor for Hermoise. Possibly getting the kill here? No, oh god! There's also a little bit of a reverse situation, but Hermoise is still fine.
Alright, nice sweet spot back air there. And I really like the use of super jump, just to sort of close the gap between the two of them. Obviously Ori, a character that can stall out in the air pretty well if they're left alone.
Yeah, well, like Peach Parasol type deal with the Kuro Leaf or something like that, Kuro's Feather or something along those lines. I don't know, I haven't played Ori yet.
To be honest, it wasn't until like I played Ori for the first time that I could tell that the sprite art was actually a leaf.
Ah, yeah. But is it Kuro's Leaf? I feel like it's Kuro's Leaf actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Feather, even.
Is it Feather actually? Oh, I have no clue. Is Kuro the bird?
Yeah, I believe so. The big owl.
Yeah, Feather. Alright, cool. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll play the game one day, so
yeah,
soon enough I'll know the Ori lore.
I popped off when I saw it. I was like, yo, that's the upbeat from Rivals.
Yeah, anyway, so far, Hermoise is not pushing the edgeguard advantage super well. At least not like well enough to actually get Winter's recovery any real run. That's also one thing Winter was pretty good at back in the day, was like using the different recovery mixes that Ranno has, because Ranno has a lot of them. They're not necessarily all like super good. They're all like mediocre, but Ranno still has a lot of them.
Yeah, so you do have to respect them in case they do go for an awkward one that you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. Oh, let's get a purple from the other side of the stage. Dear me.
Man, when Sena comes into that F strong, definitely one of the scarier ones that I've seen.
Yeah, Team of F Strong is really scary because it's a long-lasting hitbox. It's not super disjointed, but just the sheer...
You good?
Oh, sorry. I can remedy that a little bit by also moving the microphone closer to myself. But yeah. This game was pretty close overall. Okay. Ah, okay, I see.
Oh, I realize I
anyway,
have me mismuted.
that was pretty close, except for the last stock where Hermoise started running a little bit more away with it. I like this stage pick to a degree, but this is also a really nice stage for Ori. Ori is a very flat drop heavy and horizontal character when it comes to combo game. And the... how do I put this? Having the small platforms is really nice. Having the large horizontal ground in between the platforms is pretty nice. Because catching text on the small platform is something Ori is very good at doing, and it gives Ori a lot of range to use flat drop aerials.
But at the same time, when you consider that a lot of Ranno's neutral based around that, it's sort of like safe flat drop aerials as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not bad for Ranno either. Like it's very much one that lends itself nicely, and also can, because of the blast zones, end up making it so that people get a bit scared. Like that's the real thing about Rockwall and Air Armada. They just like it to have blast zones pretty close to the sides, because it scares people when they're with their DI. And Ranno is a character that really likes it when people are scared with their DI, like that one right there.
And I'm really glad we're not seeing such an early kill there. Obviously, Rockwall is still the smallest horizontal blast zone in the game.
Yeah.
Well, what percentage are you expecting to see that kill if we do see another situation where Hermoise is able to catch onto Winter's recovery at the ledge?
Which move were you thinking about?
Just off of the Sane boosted F-Strong.
On this stage it could look pretty damn early actually. I'd say like on the edge it would kill like almost 70-80 or something like that.
Alright, so definitely something that we need to watch out for. Alright, definitely an unsafe dive kick there from Winter. I'm not sure if they were trying to catch the aggression coming out from Hermoise.
Yeah. Oh, tries to get him out of that strong. Okay, this could be dangerous for Hermoise. Oh, and I guess it's back nicely. Threatening the like blocking off those darts with light ball is actually pretty clever.
I stall using the tongue, but unfortunate the up air gonna catch.
Up air's a kill move.
Of course.
I'm spreading my propaganda. The anti-Ori main propaganda.
Yeah, it's
a kill move. Upper can do it. Upper can kill.
yeah, especially if you take to Rockwall.
Yeah, this is looking pretty dangerous for Winter now.
Nice early up B.
Oh, this kill percent near the ledge. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, you hate to see it happen.
You think Winter was possibly going for the bubble setup there?
Either that or was expecting to use land on the stage and end up missing.
Unfortunate.
Yeah,
So
it happens.
2-0 here for Hermoise. Okay, going for turnaround up till, I like it.
Okay, so this is a stage that Hermoise really likes. It's a stage that's pretty good for Ori, but it's definitely not a bad one for Ranno either. Generally, the platforms lend themselves to giving some really solid mobility, and also having some really nice opening for tongue mobility, which is something Winter is especially a fan of. So far we are seeing Winter having a pretty solid advantage early on. There's also some pretty cheesy stuff that could happen on that top platform, since Ori is such a lightweight. And Ranno has some decent strongs for coverage. You can just kind of like land it up strong and Ori up there and maybe kill decently early. Okay. This is gonna be downers. Oh, that was nice for Winter to land one. Oh, nice touch. But all that recovery is nice for Winter to just land one hit of it there, so almost Hermoise got sent away.
Yeah, and even if it didn't work out the way that Winter was expecting, the bubble was going to be able to stop the spike from it being able to put any serious work in. patience there.
It's gonna be a bit of a, it's gonna be a decent bit of damage tacked onto Hermoise, I think. Oh, alright, that was gonna be an attempt at some cheese. There's like a lot of nice little edge guards that Ranno can get in general if people aren't prepared for it, but even Hermoise has probably seen a lot of it by now because so we do have a couple other Rannos, even if none of them have quite reached the level at Winter, especially on term performances. There's just people like Kairu, who I'm pretty sure Hermoise has played a decent bit with, Genji, who he might have played with, and they've all picked up on a couple of those shenanigans that even Winter used to do.
And so far, you can see the matchup knowledge is coming in here for Hermoise. Currently trailing for this game, but the two games lead definitely speaks to the adaptation.
Hermoise is really close to being able to like hit the move to finally seal things out, but oh, there we go, finally gets it.
Yeah, it looked like they were drifting out to avoid the follow-up move and just went a little bit too close.
Oh, that F-tilt had a really nice clip with it. Meant to catch Winter coming up. Alright, now Hermoise is ready to get a lead. Nice little sign chart stuff. Hermoise is generally one of the better Oris in Europe at using sign. Hasn't been using it too much. Oh no, that's a Hermoise! Really nice for her there. That's when you catch someone with Ranno fair and they've like lost even one of the resources of a jump or an air dodge, even at lower percents, a lot of characters she's kind of doomed because of it being a decently strong spike. And Ori in particular is such a lightweight, and the way lightweights work is just that they take more hit stun than other characters of other weights, so they die way earlier to spikes. Really solid, funny example I've seen once was Raster dying at 0 to abs down air.
What?
At like stage height. Yeah, because that's just how light he is, and that's just how long he takes his stun for. So he's dies. And the same can happen for characters like Ori. Oh, triple up air up the side. That was some nasty DIN, and honestly, I did not expect that to Galaxy, and all I have to say is up air is a kill move.
Giving you all the ammunition you need to spread the Ori propaganda.
Where's my clip button? There's my clip button.
Definitely not what Winter wants if they're trying to get back into this game. Obviously, only one on the scoreboard. Their final winners bracket game, potentially.
Yeah. Alright.
I like the recast there on the float.
The parasol is so solid. It's like if someone's like if you're like, don't ever challenge Ori from above pretty much when they're using parasol because they'll just reopen it. Or else use massively disjointed in general.
Because it was actually honestly looking really solid there for Winter, only like 46% at the time, looking to even up the stock, but here we are, taking it to 150.
Yeah, they need to get a little bit, get their ground back a little bit, but it's tough when Hermoise is playing his best. Okay, I was gonna say Hermoise is playing like very impressive, running in with a lot of normals, but then you just see him go for fucking strong attack. He starts like just legitimately charging 2 up strongs in a row, just in place, not caring, not having a care in the world, just being like, yeah, come here.
You know, sometimes it just might work.
Occasionally.
Yeah, when you're
sometimes you don't.
When your IQ rolls over.
Yeah, okay, that was honestly really scary, but thankfully for Hermoise was still at a little bit too low percent for that to actually kill.
Well, if you're seeing Hermoise get so close with those up strongs there, reading the recovery path, but just being a little bit too far off.
Oh no, I've tilted on the platform instead of... Oh, there we go, nice little tap. Hermoise hasn't been using that many side taps this set, so I'm glad to see him do it now because it definitely caught Winter off guard and allowed for that hit into the strong. Because like the thing about side taps, right, is that it's not actually good. It's very much just like a mix-up where you hope your opponent does nothing because the way the thing actually functions, right, is in the majority of situations it resets their hit stun right back to 1 frame. So every character is always actionable before you are. So they can either do a move, an air dodge, etc. So then it's all about reading which option you think they'll do afterwards. Which means that it's oh god, it's a dangerous thing to do. and only sometimes actually leads to something. It's a risky tactic, and there you see, like, there Winter just straight up air dodged immediately. Now that they've recognized that Stein taps are on the table, they're being a little bit more aware of it and being a bit heavier on that air dodge button. Like to see those adaptations early on. Especially right now, it's kind of needed. Oh my god, beautiful drift. To not get explosion hitbox.
I would like to. Oh dear. All right, I was gonna say I would like to see Winter hopefully actually get to start their offense, as they've been playing defense for like the last minute, and you